Assalamu alaikum everybody. I'm in the UK, which is not Europe anymore, on my way to Cambridge to visit the mosque, Central Cambridge Mosque, with one of my kuffar friends. And they drive on the other side of the road. Can you imagine this? I'm taking some of them double-decker buses. People consider them normal. Look at these places. Halim, Halal, Turkish, Devran. It has been occupied, let's be real. Okay, we've made it to the train station and we're on our way to Cambridge. It's just 1 hour away. So my friends are meeting me in the train actually. Last time I saw them was in the middle of Slovakia. So my dumb friend is in a different train. This always happens with him. He's like such an unreliable person, but it's who he is. Look at this, guys. This is Oxford. No, it's Cambridge. We've got this park. We've got two Orthodox Christians, but only one of them is really Orthodox. The other one is just ethnically Orthodox, something like ethnic Jews. They don't associate with the religion, but they still claim to be Jewish.
When you talk about Quran and like the human touch, like the history of senses was completely different because of technology. So when you look at somebody, you can be like, I am diverting my gaze, you know, I'm laying my eyes on you or something like that. But this is like, oh no, it's the light that is hitting you in the retina. So it's you cannot look, and this is the change. Started. And it's the senses, and so basically you have like useless sense of sense.
Well, but you describe the mechanism, but it's
exactly
empty.
It's empty of sense.
It's like saying like Big Bang created the universe. Okay, so what?
We can just have like a coffee here.
All right, guys. So this is the Christian guys. They're soaking in the atmosphere, thinking about good old days, which are not coming back. Sorry, hate to break it to you. It's over. It's been a good run. What, 2,000 years?
When you basically need to admit that what you know about history is so incorrect because we can't even imagine this landscape with religious people around that go here on Eve songs and on Sundays and that kind of deal. So you actually can't quite imagine the life and the senses and the hopes of people.
What they would think now.
So we have like such a limited perspective, and we think we are historical people. We have a scientific study of history. I don't think if you just admit that this is not a coincidence, that one side of the building is empty, and that this is purely, you would have to be mental to think that this is a coincidence. Then you have to admit that there's this huge hole in our understanding of the history of why things even were, how things even are, and it's such a hole that like you need to be humble to a point that like when you use language of any sort or you use science of any sort, that you might be just wildly incorrect. You might be just wildly incorrect about where the culture and civilization and hopes in the future completely come from. Like it's almost like you're in a foreign country and you're just walking in the graveyard and you're just stepping over like some graves. Like, oh no, I just kicked over something very sacred here, but I have no idea what it is.
And I don't care. Let's get some Starbucks.
Like when people come here today, even if you imagine this is a church with all the Starbucks in it or whatever, if you were just to see like people coming in here and actually coming to participate in a service, I don't think that it would be the same as people back when they first built this place, how they experienced.
But you have to realize Christianity wasn't something you do alone back then. It's like the whole thing.
Community.
Like the point of that was community, also individual. But now it's like religion is you do it somewhere,
in your
in-house.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't impact the society.
It became like a tribalism.
But back then, like everything was about it, So, like of course, everybody lived in the church, or you went to the church.
How do you even study the history?
It's still here. Like this stuff didn't leave. It's just it doesn't exist. People don't practice anything.
But this is just bones. This is just bones of the life.
It looks like a museum sort of deal.
Yeah.
And it's actually like a normal thing. Like it can work. Like I would happily have this as a mosque. Give it to me.
So how do you study? How do you study international relations? How do you study?
Oh man.
Diplomacy, social sciences, the understanding, like the centrality of faith for like millennia. I don't like. I think we are so apart from the history of even our very recent one.
Yeah, like
Like very recent one, I mean a few generations back. That the senses, when you probably like, my guess is when you read like scriptures of any sort, or like you hear stories or children's books, folk tales, vernacular stuff, whatever, you probably don't understand what it means to like touch and see and hear, and what it is to be alive. To be alive, like what it means to be alive. Like nowadays, like you think like life is what? Like two cells met. That's alive.
Mitochondroza.
What is a kidney? Is kidney alive? What is alive? Is a fetus alive? What is alive? Is the globe alive? Everything is. It becomes like such a sludge. It becomes like so undefinable, and it comes from just disinterest in history. Because the powers that be kind of, I think, like it the way that
Conspiracy.
future sells better than past. Let's just say that. Properly convivial, Victorian, the pinnacle. This was when actually England was a proper country.
Like you go to study in Cambridge and you play tennis on Sunday. So wait a second, you just go there and do nothing?
Yeah.
So this is a place where you go and do nothing, just meditate on God. Okay.
But then you can also share.
But what's the point of Christianity here? Like, how does it relate? New Age spiritual.
Basically, the
No
new
Christian.
newer spiritual is like drop in and you'll achieve silence. Silence is the best you're gonna get. Not light, but just silence.
You won't get anything. It's peace of mind, maybe.
Peace of mind, yeah.
So if you're secular, you go here, just drop in and just be quiet. If you believe in something more specific, you can drop here. But I don't get this, so it's a good place. I recommend. It's part of Cambridge, approved. But the church is closed, but this one is opened. So this is where you study to get some insight. Check it out, palms are growing here. Look at this, there's palm tree. This is where you become bourgeoisie, or how do you call it? Like, you become like out of system. You start judging societies.
Yeah, bourgeois.
This is where you can think about the future and not be part of it. It's Harry Potter. Guys, this is the most famous college. They teach you everything here. The inner space, people are trying to fill the void which exists, which with artificial secular means, but they don't connect because it's just you connecting with yourself. It doesn't work. It's just you realizing
It's like
you're alone.
it's like having a European plug for the UK. It's just not gonna.
It's like walking through a dead ghost town which used to live a certain lifestyle. Everything's named after specific doctrines, like Trinity this, Jesus body this, and then but now it's been turned upside down. There's Tesla in front of me, and it's just a joke. It's just like this golden, thing, and it's empty from inside.
Isn't it like? Can you just walk like consciously through the forest? Just observe. Like there's a lot. There's more than you need for your senses.
But there is no truth, Emily. Is there?
The truth. The truth is
Pred 8 rokmi, keď som tu bol, tak teraz prídem a že ideme do mešity.
Si sa bál,
nejaká zmena.
Si sa bál moslimov.
Predtým som všetkých považoval za teroristov, čo sedeli v metre s bradou, ujovia. Alright guys. Bojíš sa? Však nič. So this is the bamboo mosque in Cambridge. Let's check it out. Check it out, guys. They have drivers on it. mosque here is like super modern. So I have a friend who's an Orthodox Christian here with me. He's just kind of standing there, sitting there. Guys, they don't have many books, and again, Quran only one in English. That has to change. Slovak flag.